Hi guys, I'm going to show you my LsDj turntable once more. I have a previous video of this working, but this is kind of a for sale video because I'm going to sell this unit, along with some accessories that I modified to go with it. Now, I'll show you around the unit once more. This, I'm going to actually split it up. It's one of its features. This is a lock switch. When it's flipped to the left, it locks so these two stay together. But flip it to the left, or flip it to the right, I mean, you can unhook them like so. So they're two separate units. Now I'm going to focus on this side first and show you this. This is the main Game Boy unit. It has a Game Boy, a normal Game Boy inside, DMG hard one, original. And I'm going to show you around it. There's many modifications, like the relocated cartridge slot that is right here. It's kind of nice. And this LsDj sticker that I just put on. On the bottom here you have the main power switch. It's kind of big. And audio outputs here, left and right RCA jacks, and a headphone jack. Now this headphone jack, just to tell you, it is not a real headphone jack that like when you plug it in the audio stops coming from here, because there's a speaker in here through this hole that comes out. Because normally when you like put this in audio out, it goes to a speaker to play it even louder, which is why it's like fun to pitch bend. I don't know why you would use headphones for this, because you want to play it loud. It's a Game Boy. Play it loud. Now anyway, on to this. This scratcher, I mean this volume bar, looks like a volume bar, but it is actually a scratcher. Now, like over to this position, to this farthest angle, it is on. To the left, it's off. And in the middle, it scratches. You switch it back and forth, and you can like scratch the audio just like a turntable kind of. Along with the pitch bending on this turntable side, you can actually scratch the sound through this, which is kind of cool. Now we have the screen. This is a new screen lens. I put it on the other day because the old one was like really scratched and stuff. I don't know how, but it got scratched. So I replaced it so it looks nicer. And underneath is a Game Boy Pocket screen. I modified that to work on the DMG, and it is very nice. It has a red backlight and is inverted. So the contrast and like the picture quality is so sharp and looks very nice. It's probably the nicest picture I've ever seen on a Game Boy itself. I'll show you when it's on, but it's really nice. Now here, it snaps open. You have the controls. D-pad, start, select, and A and B buttons. That you could use to play. You could play it like this if you really want to play it that much. But it's mainly for pitch bending sounds like this. You can like access like different parts of the game, so you get different theme songs, so you can actually pitch bend the songs, the tunes you're listening to. Now here, oh wait. Sorry, I dropped something. Wait. Sorry. Yeah, this snaps back right close, just like so. And here, this is the contrast for the screen. That's normal on the Game Boy, but I just put it right there. And this is that little port on the right side of the Game Boy that's kind of like interlocked, so it you can play games with other Game Boys and stuff. I kind of just threw that on for giggles because it's like you wouldn't really want to play other games on this. You kind of want to pitch bend, but it's there. On the back you have battery cover, batteries. They go in there nicely. So there's that. And the rest is going to be shown when it is on. So I'll move this out of the way. And I'll throw in Tetris. Now, here it is. Tetris goes in like so. You can see. It's nice. And just flip it down and it's on. Now look at that quality. Look at it. You can easily read every single word on there. Even through this camera, which I think the camera is pretty good, but this quality on this screen is phenomenal. And the contrast, of course. Focus on it. There you go. Look at that. Holy crap, that looks so nice. would love to play my games on that all the time. Yeah, this is like the nicest screen I think I've ever seen. But anyway, you can see these buttons work. You can hear. It's not very loud because it's just kind of like there. You're supposed to plug it in through like different things here, which I'll show you with these speakers that I have with this. This speaker is, oh, what wrong speaker? I'll show you that speaker soon. This is the main speaker. This speaker is modified myself. It has, this LED makes it turn on. This switch, main power switch. This LED, if it starts to go out, that means the batteries are dying, just like the Game Boy, which I thought was cool. There's a bass control knob, a treble control knob, and the main volume knob, so that you can like morph some sound in. On the back here, we have the main audio input through Headphone Jack, and this USB power. You can just plug it in your computer and it can power off USB, or you could put 3 AA batteries in here, like so. On the top here is an output. This is 2 left and right RCA jacks and a headphone jack output that go to whatever speaker you like, or this speaker. This speaker, the input is right here, and this is an on-off switch for the speaker. And then there's 2 more RCA jacks for even more fun. This doesn't take batteries because it just feeds off the other speaker, this one. Now I'm going to plug these in for you. They are pretty loud, which is good because I want to play it loud like a Game Boy should. But yeah, here. You can get the gist of it. So I'll get the turntable back on and show you some pitch bending and what this thing can do. Now this unit, turn that down a little bit. I'll show you around this unit first. These 3 little holes are here for your fingers so you can like scratch like an actual DJ. This is the power switch for the circuit bending. I'll show you that when it's on. And these 2 ports, I'll show you these 2 ports later. They go to, this one goes to a Game Boy Color and this one goes to an original Game Boy that I've modified to go with this unit. That's really cool because you can use this specific part of the turntable for those 2 Game Boys to pitch bend, which I think is really dope. So you can use it through there. Now I'm going to combine these together. I won't lock it right now, but you can tell. Now, this is the scratcher. I'll show you this right now. Okay, hold on. Oh, I have to turn it up. Far right, it's on. Far left, it's off. Everything in the middle, it scratches. Like, you can scratch the audio. So that's that. I think that's really cool. You can do that with the turntable. Now here, this switch, flip it down, turns the turntable on, and it connects and it's pitch bending right now. And you can use it, go further or faster. So there's that. And you can tell, unplug this for a sec, through the screen, if you've never seen a pitch bend before, the screen and the gameplay is slowed down. When you go down, you can go down to list level and adjust the contrast so you can see your game. It waves, but that means you can tell it's slowing down. There's no way to fix that. It's what happens when you pitch bend. And when you go really high, see how the contrast faded down and it goes really fast. So you can play games at really high speeds or really slow speeds. So if you want to beat Tetris and get to level 20 really easily, or take like a very long time, you can like play it really slowly and just take forever for it to come down. I'll hold the down button. Yeah, see, it takes forever. So you can like cheat at Tetris or Dr. Mario, whatever game you want. And that's that. Now, for further introduction, I'll show you what this goes to. These two ports, the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color that I was talking about. Move these speakers out of the way for now. Now, these two units are special units that are designed specifically for the turntable. This Game Boy I'll show you first. Put the Game Boy Color down right now. Here, this big old black DMG. This one is this case, the black case, is a more rare case. It's sort of rare. It's kind of like it's no original one. It's like normally if this was unmodded and it was just the black case, it'd probably be around $50, $60 or so. They're hard to come by, so I like this case a lot. This is really cool. I got more though, so I'm just gonna sell this one. This is for sale along with the Game Boy Color with the turntable. Now this, I'll show you the modifications with this one. The little hole right here for the LED, I kind of like widen that. Looks kind of nice when you turn it on. The screen has a pink backlight. It matches the lettering and has purple pixels for gameplay. That I'll show you when it's on. For here, left and right RCA jacks for audio output. This big port right here, that doesn't go to like a monitor. That goes to the turntable. So you can pitch bend with this unit. Same thing with the Game Boy Color, but I'll show you that in a sec. Now here, these two switches, as this loads up, you can see pink and purple. Camera kind of distorts it a little bit, which I don't like. You can see how Dr. Mario's playing. Have it on the back here, along with a Hello Kitty sticker. You can probably peel that off, but I don't know why you'd want to. But here, you have two switches. One, the front one, switch this way, and the backlight turns off. And you can still see, like in daylight, I can't really see, my basement's kind of dark. A little bit. No, you can't really see it here. It's kind of crappy there. But here, this back switch, if you flip it with it, it does a little kind of party display through the LEDs on the screen. So when you're like messing around with LsDj, you can just like flip that on, kind of party to your own song for a little bit. I do that a lot with my games. It's really fun. With my songs that I make, I always flip that on, listen to it. It's a fun time. So that's just like goes on forever. It's just like different flashing lights and stuff, and the backlight's back on. On the bottom here, you have 3 ports. This one is the normal headphone jack. I didn't mod that at all. But here you have a Prosound headphone jack, and this jack is for like a mixer or whatever that thing's called. You know what it is. It's like you know what it is. Like it's this one. It's this port, like for the bigger headphone jack one. So it plugs into there. You can do whatever you want with it. I forget what it's called though. You know what I mean. I'll probably have it like in the description later, like what it is called. But you get the gist. So there's that. And that unit, along with the party. I have the party going on in the background, so while I show you the Game Boy Color. Now this Game Boy Color is a special rare case. It's like permanently clear. I forget if it was a Toys R Us special edition one or it was just like a Japanese one, but this case is kind of rare. It has a Game Boy SP speaker along with a Game Boy SP Frontlit, and on the top here it has this port which goes to the turntable and 2 RCA jacks left and right. I'm going to show you when it's on. Check that out. These waves, ooh, that looks kind of cool. Those waves, you can see that in real life. The camera kind of amplifies like the view, but you can still see easily. It's really nice. It's really difficult to make a good visual for a Game Boy Color when you front light it, because you can't backlight these. And you have this light here, shines down, this light here. That one looks kind of dim because the light's in that direction. I apologize. But you can see how like these lights shine down and shine this part up. It doesn't really show that way in this lighting, but it's pretty nice. And the back here, got it. It's Prosound to the original headphone jack because I didn't want to add another one because I already have the RCAs. And that's that. It looks really nice. It's really difficult to get really good Frontlit for a Game Boy Color because it's just when you remove it from the SP and you put it inside, all this dust and stuff gets inside, and like sometimes it scratches and you can like see marks. It's really difficult, but I got this one to look really, really nice. Clarity is pretty good for Frontlit. So that's that. Now I'm going to show you what these systems can do together with the turntable. I didn't lock it, so that's why it's out. Put Tetris, the Game Boy Color. Now these cords here, these are the cords for the Game Boy. This one goes to here. Oh, it's upside down. They always do that. Plug right in here. Oh, it froze. That was weird. I think that's a normal Dr. Mario thing. I'll just shut that off for now. I'll boot them up at the same time. So here are the Game Boys. Plug this in. Upside down again. What the heck? And this one goes in the Game Boy Color. Now, it is important to the owner of this in the future when I sell this and is theirs, please do not bend them this way to get them out. Bend them this way to get these ports out, especially on the Game Boys, because they are screwed in and glued firmly, but if you pull them that way, I guarantee you they will break, and I'm not fixing them if that happens, because that you have to unplug them the right way, like this. You have to be careful. So that's how those are connected. And now I'll boot these systems up. Oh, that's the volume. That one's slowed down, you can see. Now the Game Boy, this Game Boy Color, the frequency gets really low. So even when it's on and it's at its highest, it's still low. That you cannot control. It's with the color itself. But here the unit. When you plug this one in, it goes pretty fast. You can hear with you can hear through here. I'll turn these speakers on. You can tell. Both screens fade. So there's that. There's that. That's the Game Boy Color, and this is the Game Boy itself. So that's running that. And that's what I love using LsDj for, because you can mix up songs through this turntable and stuff. That's really fun to do. And it's just fun to get like different Game Boy games like Dr. Mario and Tetris, who like have these great theme songs that you can just mess with. Like you can mess with them for hours. It is just great. Like Tetris, Mario Land, Dr. Mario, of course, RX type. Crap, what was that other game? Oh, Kirby's Dream Land, of course. Those games, and Bomberman. Oh my gosh, it's endless. It's great. This unit itself, it works with all 50 of my games. I don't know about Japanese games because I don't own any, but if it works for my 50 games, it should work for all the US games. I don't know if it works for Japanese games, but I don't see why it wouldn't. So that's how that works out. But that's basically this. I'm going to sell this entire lot, the turntable itself, the GameBoy Color, the original Game Boy, and these two speakers, along with the cords that you have seen in this video. Not this. I need this. So you get these cords and this one cord. This cord back here. This like dual headphone port cord for the speakers. So you get that. It's really nice. This whole lot, I don't know how much I'm going to sell it for yet, but I'll keep you updated and it'll go on eBay. This whole lot is really, really nice, guys. It's really nice. So, I'll show you guys later.